Hello, beautiful soul. I want you to take a deep breath with me right now. Just breathe in slowly, and as you breathe out, let yourself settle into this moment. You are exactly where you need to be right now, and I am so grateful that our paths have crossed in this sacred space of learning and growth. There's something special happening in your life right now. You may not see it yet, you may not feel it completely, but there's a stirring within you. It's what brought you here today. It's that gentle whisper from your soul saying that you're ready for something more, something beautiful, something miraculous. And you know what? That whisper is absolutely right. I've spent decades working with people just like you, beautiful souls who have felt that there must be more to life than what they've been experiencing. And what I've discovered, time and time again, is that miracles aren't some rare, extraordinary events that happen to a chosen few. Miracles are actually the most natural thing in the world. They're happening all around us, every single day. The challenge isn't that miracles don't exist or that we're not worthy of them. The challenge is that we've been taught to look away from them, to dismiss them, or to believe that we somehow don't deserve them. But here's what I know to be absolutely true. You do deserve miracles. You deserve love. You deserve abundance. You deserve joy. You deserve all the beautiful things that life has to offer. And this isn't because you've earned it through struggle or because you've been perfect. You deserve these things simply because you exist, because you are a precious expression of life itself. Right now, as you're listening to these words, I want you to feel into the possibility that your life is about to change in ways that will surprise and delight you. Not because I'm going to wave a magic wand, but because you're finally ready to open yourself to receive what has always been waiting for you. The universe has been preparing gifts for you, opportunities for you, love for you, but sometimes we need to learn how to create the space to receive them. You see, receiving is actually an art. It's something we can learn and practice and get better at. Many of us were never taught how to receive gracefully. We were taught to work hard, to struggle, to prove our worth, but we weren't taught how to simply open our arms and our hearts and say yes to the good that wants to come to us. This is your time. This is your moment. Something within you has shifted, and you're ready to step into a new way of being. You're ready to become someone who not only believes in miracles, but actually experiences them on a regular basis. And the beautiful thing is that once you start receiving miracles, once you start noticing them and welcoming them, they begin to multiply. It's as if the universe says, "Oh, this beautiful soul is finally ready to receive. Let's give them more." As we spend this time together, I want you to know that you're safe here. You're safe to dream bigger than you've ever dreamed before. You're safe to hope for things that maybe you've been afraid to hope for. You're safe to imagine that your life could be filled with so much more love, more joy, more abundance, more peace than you've ever experienced before. The truth is, you wouldn't be here if you weren't ready for this transformation. Your soul has guided you to this exact moment because it knows you're prepared to step into a new chapter of your life. A chapter where miracles aren't something you just hear about in stories, but something you live and breathe and experience as a natural part of your beautiful life. Now, let's talk honestly about what might be standing in the way of you receiving all the miracles that are waiting for you. Because here's what I've learned after working with thousands of people over the years. It's rarely that miracles aren't available to us. It's that we have invisible barriers, like walls made of old beliefs and past hurts, that keep the good things from reaching us. The first thing that often blocks our ability to receive is a deep, often unconscious belief that we're not worthy. This belief usually gets planted in us when we're very young, long before we have the wisdom to question it. Maybe you heard messages like, "Don't get your hopes up," or good things don't happen to people like us, or you have to work twice as hard to get half as much. Maybe you were told that wanting nice things was selfish, or that there wasn't enough to go around, so you shouldn't ask for too much. These messages, even when they came from people who loved us and were trying to protect us from disappointment, can create a wall around our hearts. They make us unconsciously push away the very things we most desire. It's like having your hands stretched out asking for a gift, but then pulling them back just as someone tries to give it to you. Another common block is fear. Fear that if something wonderful happens to us, it will be taken away. Fear that we'll somehow mess it up. Fear that if we get what we want, we'll become selfish or lose our edge or forget where we came from. Fear that other people will judge us or become jealous. These fears can make us sabotage our own success and happiness, often in ways we don't even realize. Sometimes we block our receiving because we've become so used to struggle that we don't know who we'd be without it. Struggle can become our identity. We might think, I'm someone who works hard and overcomes obstacles. And while there's nothing wrong with being resilient and hardworking, when struggle becomes our whole identity, we unconsciously resist ease and flow because it doesn't fit with who we think we are. There's also what I call the martyr complex, where we believe that our job is to give and give and give, but never to receive. We think that receiving somehow makes us selfish or needy. But here's what I want you to understand. Receiving is just as important as giving. In fact, if you can't receive, you're actually blocking the natural flow of abundance in the world. When someone wants to give you a compliment, a gift, help, or love, and you push it away, you're denying them the joy of giving. Past experiences can also create blocks. If you've been hurt or disappointed before, if you've trusted and been let down, if you've opened your heart and had it broken, it's natural that you might want to protect yourself. But sometimes that protection becomes like armor that keeps out the bad things, but also keeps out all the good things. Many of us also carry what I call ancestral programming. These are beliefs and patterns that have been passed down through generations. Maybe your grandparents lived through very difficult times and had to be extremely careful and cautious to survive. Maybe your parents grew up hearing that money is the root of all evil, or that you can't trust anyone, or that life is just one hardship after another. These beliefs can live in our cells, influencing how we see the world and what we believe is possible for us, even when our current circumstances are completely different. The conditioning from our early years is particularly powerful because children accept everything they hear as absolute truth. If a child grows up in an environment where love is conditional, where they have to be perfect to be accepted, where there's a lot of criticism or comparison, they might develop the belief that they have to earn every good thing that comes to them. They might believe that their natural self isn't enough, that they have to constantly prove their worth. Religious or cultural conditioning can also create blocks. Some people grow up believing that suffering is noble, that you're supposed to sacrifice your own happiness for others, that it's wrong to want material things, or that you should always put yourself last. While these teachings often come from a place of wanting to create good, caring people, they can sometimes go too far and make us feel guilty for wanting to live a full, abundant, joyful life. Now let's explore how we can shift from that old scarcity mindset to a beautiful, expansive abundance mindset. Because here's what I know to be true. The universe is not a place of lack. The universe is not stingy or withholding. The universe is abundant beyond our wildest dreams, and it wants to share that abundance with us. Think about nature for a moment. Look at how many leaves are on a single tree, how many grains of sand are on a beach, how many stars are in the sky. Nature doesn't hold back. Nature doesn't say, well, I'd better only make a few flowers this spring because I might run out of beauty. Nature creates with wild, joyful abundance, and we are part of nature. We are expressions of that same creative, abundant force. But somewhere along the way, many of us learned to see the world through the lens of scarcity. We learned to notice what was missing instead of what was present. We learned to focus on what could go wrong instead of what could go wonderfully right. We learned to count our problems instead of counting our blessings. This scarcity mindset shows up in so many subtle ways. We might find ourselves thinking thoughts like, there's not enough time, or there's not enough money, or there's not enough love to go around. We might find ourselves hoarding things, afraid to use our nice dishes or wear our good clothes because we're saving them for some special occasion that never comes. We might find ourselves competitive in an unhealthy way, believing that someone else's success somehow diminishes our own chances. The scarcity mindset also makes us focus on what we don't have instead of appreciating what we do have. It makes us postpone our happiness, thinking that we'll be happy when we get the job, when we meet the person, when we have the money, when we lose the weight. But abundance consciousness knows that happiness is available right now, that joy is our birthright, that we can choose to see the miracles that are already present in our lives. When we operate from scarcity, we often make decisions from fear instead of love. We might stay in situations that don't serve us because we're afraid there's nothing better out there. We might settle for less than we deserve because we don't believe we can have what we really want. We might say no to opportunities because we're afraid of taking risks. But abundance consciousness operates from a completely different place. It knows that there's enough for everyone. It knows that someone else's success doesn't take away from our own possibilities. It knows that the universe is always conspiring to bring us good things, and our job is to stay open and receptive to receiving them. An abundant mindset looks for evidence of abundance everywhere. It notices the way the sun rises every single day without being asked. It notices how our hearts beat without us having to think about it. It notices the way flowers push through concrete to reach toward the light. It notices the kindness of strangers, the loyalty of friends, the unconditional love of animals. When we start to really pay attention, we realize that we're surrounded by abundance. We have air to breathe, water to drink, food to nourish our bodies. We have the miracle of our senses that allow us to see beauty, hear music, taste delicious food, feel the warmth of the sun on our skin. We have the incredible gift of our minds that can imagine, create, dream, and love. Abundance consciousness also recognizes that there are many different kinds of wealth. Yes, financial abundance is wonderful, and there's nothing wrong with wanting it. But there's also emotional wealth, spiritual wealth, relational wealth, creative wealth, and the wealth of experiences. Sometimes when we focus only on one type of abundance, we miss all the other kinds that are already flowing into our lives. The shift from scarcity to abundance often starts with gratitude. When we begin to genuinely appreciate what we already have, we naturally start to see more things to be grateful for. It's as if gratitude is a magnet that attracts more good things into our experience. This doesn't mean we should be grateful for things that genuinely hurt us or accept situations that aren't right for us. It means we can appreciate the good that's present while still being open to even more good coming our way. Another important part of shifting to abundance consciousness is learning to celebrate other people's success. When we can genuinely feel happy for others when good things happen to them, we're telling the universe that we believe in abundance. We're saying that there's enough good to go around and that other people's blessings are evidence that blessings are possible for us too. This shift also involves becoming aware of our language and the stories we tell ourselves. Instead of saying, "I can't afford it," we might say, "I'm choosing to spend my money on other things right now." Instead of saying, "I never have enough time," we might say, "I'm learning to prioritize what's most important to me." Small changes in language can create big changes in how we see our lives and what we believe is possible. Now that we've begun to understand how abundance is our natural state, let's talk about preparing ourselves to receive the miracles that are waiting for us. Think of your inner world like a beautiful garden. Just as a gardener prepares the soil before planting seeds, we need to prepare our inner soil before we can fully receive and nurture the miracles that want to grow in our lives. The first step in preparing your inner garden is to clear away the weeds of old beliefs that no longer serve you. These are the thoughts and beliefs that have been taking up space in your consciousness, crowding out the new, beautiful things that want to grow. Some of these weeds might be beliefs like, "I don't deserve good things," or "life is supposed to be hard," or "good things always come with a price." These beliefs might have served a purpose at one time, perhaps protecting you from disappointment or helping you navigate difficult circumstances, but now they're just taking up valuable space where miracles could flourish. Clearing these old beliefs isn't about judging yourself for having them or trying to rip them out forcefully. It's more like gently acknowledging them and then making a conscious choice to plant something better in their place. You might say to yourself, "Thank you, old belief, for trying to protect me, but I don't need you anymore. I'm ready to believe something new and wonderful about myself and my life." One of the most important weeds to clear is the habit of self-criticism. So many of us have an inner voice that constantly tells us we're not good enough, smart enough, pretty enough, successful enough. This inner critic might think it's helping us by keeping us humble or motivating us to do better, but really it's just creating a toxic environment where miracles can't take root. Would you plant a beautiful flower and then spend all day telling it that it's ugly and worthless? Of course not. Yet that's often how we treat ourselves. Learning to speak to yourself with kindness and compassion is like creating rich, nourishing soil for your dreams to grow in. When you catch yourself being self-critical, you can gently redirect that voice. Instead of, "I'm so stupid for making that mistake," you might say, "I'm learning and growing, and mistakes are part of that process." Instead of, "I'll never be successful," you might say, "I'm becoming more successful every day as I learn and grow." Another crucial part of preparing your inner garden is the practice of forgiveness. Forgiveness isn't about saying that whatever happened to you was okay, or that you have to keep toxic people in your life. Forgiveness is about freeing yourself from the heavy burden of resentment and anger so that you have space in your heart for joy and love and miracles. When we hold on to resentment, it's like keeping weeds in our garden and watering them every day. The resentment grows bigger and stronger, taking up more and more space until there's no room for anything beautiful to grow. But when we choose to forgive, we're not doing it for the other person. We're doing it for ourselves. We're choosing to stop watering the weeds so that we can use that energy to nurture the flowers instead. Forgiving yourself is often the most important and the most challenging part of this process. Many of us carry guilt and shame about things we've done or haven't done, choices we've made or opportunities we've missed. But holding on to self-blame is like trying to drive forward while constantly looking in the rearview mirror. It keeps you stuck in the past instead of moving toward the beautiful future that's waiting for you. Self-forgiveness starts with understanding that you did the best you could with the knowledge, resources, and emotional capacity you had at the time. You weren't trying to make bad choices or hurt yourself or others. You were doing what seemed right or necessary given your circumstances. Now you know better, so you can do better. That's not a reason for shame. That's a reason for celebration. It means you're growing and evolving. Creating space in your inner garden also means releasing the need to control every detail of how your miracles will manifest. Sometimes we have such specific ideas about how things should unfold that we miss the even better opportunities that the universe is trying to bring us. It's like ordering a specific flower for your garden and then being so focused on watching for that exact flower that you miss the gorgeous rose bush that's already starting to bloom right next to you. This doesn't mean you shouldn't have desires or set goals. It means holding your desires lightly, with an open hand rather than a clenched fist. It means saying to the universe, "This is what I think I want, but I'm open to receiving something even better if that's what you have in mind for me." Part of preparing your inner garden is also about creating healthy boundaries. Just as a gardener might put up a fence to keep out animals that would damage the plants, you need to protect your energy and your dreams from people and situations that would drain or diminish them. This might mean spending less time with people who are constantly negative or critical. It might mean turning off the news when it's making you feel anxious and hopeless. It might mean saying no to commitments that don't align with your values or goals. Creating boundaries isn't about being mean or selfish. It's about recognizing that your energy and attention are precious resources, and you want to invest them wisely. When you protect your energy, you have more to give to the people and activities that truly matter to you. As your inner garden becomes clearer and more prepared, you'll start to notice that your heart naturally begins to open. Opening your heart to receive is perhaps the most beautiful and transformative part of this whole process. Your heart is the gateway through which all miracles flow into your life. When your heart is closed, even the most wonderful opportunities can't reach you. But when your heart is open, you become like a magnet for all the love and abundance and joy that the universe wants to share with you. Many of us learn to close our hearts as a way of protecting ourselves from pain. If you've been hurt before, if you've trusted and been betrayed, if you've loved and lost, it makes perfect sense that you might want to build walls around your heart. But here's what I've learned. Those walls that are meant to keep out the pain also keep out the joy. They keep out the love. They keep out the miracles. Opening your heart doesn't mean becoming naive or vulnerable to people who might hurt you. It means developing the wisdom to discern who and what deserves access to your heart, while still keeping your heart open to receive all the good that life has to offer. It's the difference between having a door that's locked and bolted shut versus having a door with a good lock that you can choose to open for the right people and opportunities. One of the most powerful ways to open your heart is through the practice of self-love. When you truly love and accept yourself, when you treat yourself with the same kindness and compassion that you would show to a dear friend, your heart naturally opens. Self-love isn't about thinking you're perfect or better than everyone else. It's about recognizing your inherent worth as a human being, independent of your achievements or mistakes or what anyone else thinks about you. Self-love shows up in simple, everyday ways. It's speaking to yourself kindly. It's taking care of your body by feeding it nourishing food and giving it rest when it needs it. It's pursuing activities that bring you joy. It's setting boundaries with people who don't treat you well. It's forgiving yourself when you make mistakes. It's celebrating your successes, even the small ones. When you love yourself, you naturally start to believe that you deserve good things. And when you believe you deserve good things, you start to notice and attract more good things into your life. It's a beautiful upward spiral that begins with the simple decision to be kind to yourself. Another way to open your heart is through gratitude. When you focus on appreciating what you already have, your heart expands with warmth and joy. Gratitude is like sunshine for your heart. It helps everything grow and bloom. And the more grateful you become, the more things you find to be grateful for. But here's an important distinction. I'm not talking about forced gratitude or toxic positivity, where you pretend everything is wonderful when it's not. I'm talking about authentic appreciation for the genuine blessings in your life, even when other areas might be challenging. You can be grateful for your morning coffee while still acknowledging that you're stressed about work. You can appreciate a beautiful sunset while still working through grief or disappointment. Gratitude doesn't require you to deny difficult emotions. It just helps you remember that there's also good present in your life. Breathing is another powerful tool for opening your heart. When we're stressed or afraid, we tend to breathe in a shallow way that keeps our hearts contracted. But when we breathe deeply and consciously, we're sending a message to our entire system that it's safe to relax and open. Try taking a few deep breaths right now, breathing into your heart area, and notice how it feels to soften and expand with each breath. As your heart opens more and more, you'll find that you naturally become more receptive to all kinds of miracles. You'll start noticing beauty everywhere. You'll find yourself feeling more connected to other people and to life itself. You'll begin to trust that good things are not only possible for you, but are actually your birthright. This brings us to one of the most important aspects of receiving miracles: learning to align with divine timing. One of the biggest sources of frustration and disappointment in our lives comes from wanting things to happen on our timeline instead of trusting the perfect timing of the universe. We live in a culture that values speed and instant gratification, but miracles often unfold according to a rhythm that's deeper and wiser than our impatient minds can understand. Divine timing doesn't mean that you should sit back passively and wait for things to happen to you. It means taking inspired action while also trusting that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. It means doing your part while allowing the universe to do its part. It's like planting a seed and then watering it and giving it sunlight, but not digging it up every day to see if it's growing yet. Sometimes the timing that seems wrong to us is actually perfect when we look back on it later. Maybe you didn't get that job you wanted, but staying where you were led you to meet your future business partner. Maybe that relationship ended when you thought you weren't ready, but it freed you up to heal and grow in ways that prepared you for an even more beautiful love. Maybe that financial opportunity fell through, but it protected you from something that would have been much more stressful than you realized. The challenge is learning to trust this process when you're in the middle of uncertainty. When you want something so badly and it's not happening yet, it's natural to feel frustrated or worried that maybe it's never going to happen. But what if, instead of seeing delays as problems, you could see them as preparation time? What if the universe is using this time to arrange things in ways that will make your miracle even more wonderful when it arrives? Sometimes divine timing means that you need to grow into the person who's ready to receive what you're asking for. Maybe you're asking for a loving relationship, but you still have some healing to do around trust or self-worth. Maybe you're asking for financial abundance, but you need to develop better money management skills or shift some beliefs about wealth. Maybe you're asking for a creative opportunity, but you need to build your skills or confidence first. The waiting time isn't punishment, it's preparation. Learning to align with divine timing also means releasing the need to force outcomes. When we try to force things to happen, we often create resistance and struggle. It's like trying to push a river to flow faster. The river is already flowing perfectly. Our job is to get in and let it carry us. When we align with the natural flow of life instead of fighting against it, everything becomes easier and more joyful. This doesn't mean being passive or giving up on your dreams. It means taking action from a place of inspiration rather than desperation. It means moving forward with confidence while staying flexible about how things unfold. It means saying yes to opportunities that feel right, while also being willing to let go of opportunities that require you to force or struggle too much. Trusting divine timing also requires developing patience and faith. Patience isn't about gritting your teeth and enduring. It's about finding peace and even joy in the present moment while you're moving toward your dreams. It's about trusting that what's meant for you will find you at exactly the right time. Faith isn't about blind belief. It's about remembering all the times in your past when things worked out, even when you couldn't see how they would at the time. One of the most beautiful things about preparing yourself to receive miracles is that it doesn't require grand gestures or dramatic changes. It happens through simple, loving daily practices that gradually shift your energy and consciousness. These practices become like a gentle rhythm in your life, a way of moving through each day with openness and expectancy. Your morning is such a precious time for setting the tone of miracle consciousness. The way you begin your day creates a foundation for everything that follows. Instead of rushing into the day with worry about your to-do list or immediately checking your phone for news or messages, what if you gave yourself just a few minutes to connect with the possibility that today could bring something wonderful? You might begin by simply taking 3 deep breaths and saying to yourself, "I am open to receiving miracles today." You don't need to know what form they'll take or when they'll appear. You're just setting an intention to stay awake and aware to the magic that's always available to you. This simple practice sends a message to your subconscious mind and to the universe that you're ready to receive. Another beautiful morning practice is to spend a few moments thinking about what you're grateful for from the previous day. It might be something big like a promotion or a wonderful conversation with a friend, or it might be something small like the way the light looked through your window or the taste of your morning tea. When you start your day by acknowledging the good that's already present in your life, you're training your mind to look for more good throughout the day. Some people love to write in a journal each morning, just letting their thoughts and feelings flow onto paper. This can be incredibly helpful for clearing away any mental clutter or worries that might block your receptivity. You might write about your dreams and goals, or simply describe how you're feeling and what you're hoping for. The act of writing helps you get clear about what's in your heart and mind. Throughout your day, you can practice what I like to call miracle awareness. This means staying gently alert to the unexpected blessings that show up. It might be finding a parking space right where you need it, or having someone offer you exactly the help you needed, or receiving a compliment that brightens your whole day. These things happen all the time, but we often miss them because we're focused on our problems or rushing from one task to another. Developing miracle awareness is like developing any other skill. The more you practice noticing the small miracles, the more you'll see them. And the more you appreciate the small miracles, the more space you create for bigger ones to manifest. It's as if the universe says, "Oh, this person notices and appreciates what I'm giving them. Let me give them more." Gratitude practice can become a powerful thread that runs through your entire day. You might pause at different moments to appreciate something you're experiencing. While you're eating lunch, you could take a moment to really taste your food and feel grateful for the nourishment. While you're walking, you might notice the sky or the trees and feel appreciation for the beauty around you. While you're talking with someone you care about, you might silently feel grateful for their presence in your life. These moments of appreciation don't need to be long or formal. They're just gentle pauses where you let your heart open to the goodness that's present. But these small moments add up to create a whole different way of experiencing life. Instead of moving through your day focused on what's wrong or missing, you start to move through your day aware of how much richness and beauty and love is actually present. Evening practices are just as important as morning ones, Before you go to sleep, you might spend a few minutes reviewing your day with appreciation. What went well? What brought you joy? Who was kind to you? What did you learn? This practice helps your subconscious mind process the day from a positive perspective, and it often helps you sleep more peacefully too. You might also use your evening time to set gentle intentions for the next day. Not demands or expectations, but soft hopes for how you'd like to feel and what you'd like to experience. You might say something like, "Tomorrow I'd like to feel peaceful and joyful. I'd like to be helpful to others and open to receiving help when I need it. I'd like to notice the beauty around me and feel connected to the people I love." Some people find it helpful to create small rituals that remind them of their openness to miracles. It might be lighting a candle each morning, or keeping fresh flowers in your home, or wearing a piece of jewelry that symbolizes your intention to receive. These physical reminders help keep your consciousness tuned to the frequency of miracles. Prayer or meditation can also be powerful daily practices, but they don't need to be complicated or time-consuming. Even just a few minutes of quiet time where you connect with something larger than yourself can be profoundly supportive. You might simply sit quietly and breathe, or you might speak from your heart about what you're grateful for and what you're hoping for. The key to all of these practices is consistency rather than perfection. You don't need to do everything perfectly or never miss a day. You're building new habits of consciousness, and like any habit, they get stronger with practice. Even if you only remember to practice gratitude once during a busy day, that's still valuable. Even if your morning intention setting is just a quick thought while you're brushing your teeth, that still makes a difference. As you develop these daily practices, you'll probably start to notice that your whole relationship with life begins to shift. You'll find yourself feeling more peaceful and optimistic. You'll start to see opportunities where you used to see only obstacles. You'll feel more connected to other people and more trusting that good things are possible for you. One of the most important shifts that happens as you deepen your miracle consciousness is that you begin to expand your definition of what constitutes a miracle. Many people think of miracles only as dramatic, life-changing events. But when you really start paying attention, you realize that miracles are happening all around you all the time, in forms both large and small. A miracle might be the way a stranger smiles at you just when you're feeling lonely. It might be finding exactly the right book at exactly the right time. It might be your child saying something that gives you a completely new perspective on a problem you've been struggling with. It might be waking up feeling refreshed after a good night's sleep, or having your favorite song come on the radio just when you need to hear it. The truth is that we live in a world that's absolutely saturated with miracles, but most of us have been trained to see only the ordinary. We dismiss the extraordinary as coincidence or luck. But when you start to really pay attention, you realize that there are no accidents. Everything is connected in ways that are far more beautiful and meaningful than our logical minds can fully understand. Your body is performing countless miracles every single day. Your heart beats without you having to think about it. Your lungs breathe for you while you sleep. Your immune system works constantly to keep you healthy. Your brain processes millions of pieces of information every second. If that's not miraculous, what is? Nature is constantly demonstrating miracles. Seeds somehow know how to become plants. Caterpillars transform into butterflies. Trees know how to turn sunlight into energy. Birds know how to navigate thousands of miles during migration. The ocean tides respond to the pull of the moon. Every sunrise and sunset is a daily miracle that we often take for granted because it's so consistent. Human connections are filled with everyday miracles. The way two people can fall in love, the way a parent instinctively knows how to care for their child, the way friends can understand each other without words, the way communities come together to help each other during difficult times, the way strangers can become family and family can become friends. Even challenging experiences can contain miracles when we learn to look for them. The miracle of resilience that helps you get through difficult times. The miracle of growth that happens when you face your fears. The miracle of compassion that develops when you've experienced pain and can therefore understand others' pain. The miracle of wisdom that comes from making mistakes and learning from them. Learning to recognize miracles in all their forms is partly about changing your perspective and partly about paying closer attention. Instead of rushing through your day, focused only on your goals and problems, you start to move more slowly and consciously, aware that magic might be happening right in front of you. This doesn't mean becoming impractical or naive. You can still be responsible and realistic while also staying open to wonder and surprise. You can still plan and work toward your goals while also staying alert to unexpected opportunities and blessings that might appear along the way. Sometimes the biggest miracles are the ones that initially look like problems or setbacks. The job you didn't get that leads you to a much better opportunity. The relationship that ends and frees you to meet the love of your life. The illness that slows you down and helps you reconnect with what really matters. The financial challenge that teaches you to appreciate simple pleasures and discover inner resources you didn't know you had. When you start to recognize miracles in all their forms, you also start to see that you yourself are a miracle. The fact that you exist at all, with your unique combination of talents and perspectives and experiences, is absolutely extraordinary. The way you can think and feel and create and love and dream is miraculous. The way you can change and grow and heal and help others is miraculous. But even as you develop this expanded awareness of miracles, there will still be times when it feels like nothing good is happening in your life. There will be waiting periods when you're working towards something you want, but it hasn't manifested yet. There will be times when you're doing all the right things, but life still feels difficult or stagnant. During these waiting periods, it's especially important to maintain your faith and your miracle consciousness. This is when your practice becomes most valuable, because it's easy to stay positive when everything is going well. The real test is whether you can maintain hope and openness when you can't see evidence of progress. The first thing to remember during waiting periods is that not seeing results doesn't mean nothing is happening. So much of the most important work happens beneath the surface, invisible to our eyes. Just like a seed that's been planted underground, there might be tremendous growth and development happening that you simply can't see yet. During these times, your job is to keep tending to your inner garden, keep practicing gratitude, keep treating yourself with love and compassion, keep taking inspired action when opportunities present themselves. Keep trusting that everything is unfolding in perfect timing, even when you can't understand the timing from your current perspective. Waiting periods are often preparation periods. The universe might be arranging people and circumstances in ways that will make your miracle even more wonderful when it arrives. You might be developing skills or wisdom or inner strength that you'll need to handle the blessing that's coming. You might be healing old wounds or releasing old patterns that would interfere with your ability to receive what you're asking for. Sometimes during waiting periods, it helps to focus on what you can control rather than what you can't control. You can't control the timing of external events, but you can control how you choose to think and feel and act each day. You can control whether you speak kindly to yourself or critically. You can control whether you look for evidence of hope or evidence of despair. You can control whether you treat your body with care and your relationships with love. It's also important to remember that your current circumstances are not your final destination. Just because something isn't working out the way you hoped doesn't mean it will never work out. Just because you haven't received the miracle you're longing for doesn't mean you never will. Life is constantly changing and evolving, and what seems impossible today might be completely natural tomorrow. During challenging times, it can be helpful to remember other times in your life when things worked out in ways you couldn't have predicted. Think about problems that seemed insurmountable that eventually resolved themselves. Think about times when you got something even better than what you originally thought you wanted. Think about people who came into your life at exactly the right moment, or opportunities that appeared just when you needed them most. Faith isn't about pretending that everything is perfect when it's not. Faith is about remembering that you've survived difficult times before and trusting that you have the strength and wisdom to navigate whatever you're facing now. Faith is about believing that love is stronger than fear, that hope is stronger than despair, and that life wants to support you even when it doesn't feel that way. As we come to the end of our time together, I want you to know how proud I am of you for being here, for being open to these ideas, for being willing to consider that your life could be filled with more miracles than you've ever imagined. The very fact that you're listening to these words means that something inside you is ready for transformation, ready for more joy, more love, more abundance, more magic. You are standing at the threshold of a new chapter in your life. Everything you've experienced up until now has been preparing you for this moment, this opportunity to step into a new way of being. You have everything you need within you to create a life that's filled with miracles. You have the wisdom to make good choices, the strength to overcome challenges, the love to heal old wounds, and the courage to open your heart to all the wonderful things that are waiting for you. Your journey toward a miracle-filled life isn't about becoming someone different than who you are. It's about becoming more fully yourself, more fully the beautiful, unique, valuable person you were always meant to be. It's about letting go of the limitations and fears that have been keeping you small and stepping into the magnificent potential that has always been within you. The miracles that are waiting for you aren't just external things like money or relationships or career success, although those things might very well come. The most important miracles are the internal ones. The miracle of self-love, the miracle of inner peace, the miracle of feeling truly connected to life and to other people, the miracle of knowing in your heart that you are valuable and deserving of all good things. As you go forward from here, remember that you don't have to do this perfectly. You don't have to remember every single thing we've talked about or practice every single technique every single day. Just take what resonates with you and start there. Trust your own inner wisdom to guide you toward the practices and perspectives that will serve you best. Remember that miracles are your birthright. You don't have to earn them or prove you deserve them. You deserve them simply because you exist, because you are a precious, irreplaceable expression of life itself. The universe wants to give you good things. Your job is simply to stay open to receiving them. Be patient with yourself as you develop new habits of thinking and being. Be gentle with yourself when you slip back into old patterns of fear or doubt. Be proud of yourself for every small step you take toward greater self-love and openness. Celebrate every miracle you notice, no matter how small it might seem. Trust the process, trust the timing, trust your own inner wisdom, and most of all, trust in the love that surrounds you always, even when you can't feel it. You are loved beyond measure, and you are capable of creating a life that's more beautiful than anything you've ever dreamed possible. This is your time to receive. This is your time to open your arms and your heart to all the miracles that have been waiting patiently for you to be ready for them. They're here, they're real, and they're yours. All you have to do is say yes. Good morning, beautiful soul. Yes, you. the one who has chosen to be here with me in this precious moment. I want you to know that your presence here today is no accident. There's something stirring within you, something that called you to seek healing, to find positivity, to create a more loving relationship with yourself. And I'm so honored to share this time with you. I know that mornings can sometimes feel heavy. Maybe you woke up with that familiar knot in your stomach, or perhaps your mind immediately started racing with all the things you need to do, all the problems you need to solve. Maybe your body feels tired before the day has even begun, or your heart feels a little tender from yesterday's experiences. I understand this feeling so deeply, and I want you to know that whatever brought you here this morning, whether it's physical discomfort, emotional pain, anxiety, or simply a desire to feel better, you are in exactly the right place. You see, the very fact that you're here means you're ready to choose something different for yourself. You're ready to step into a new way of being, a more loving way of treating yourself. And that takes courage, dear one. It takes courage to say, I deserve to feel good. I deserve to heal. I deserve to start my day with love instead of fear. So please, take a moment right now to acknowledge yourself for this beautiful choice you've made. The morning hours hold such special power for transformation. When we first wake up, our minds are in a unique state, soft, open, receptive. It's as if the busy, chattering part of our mind is still asleep and the deeper, wiser part of us is more accessible. This is why morning is such a sacred time for planting new seeds of thought, new patterns of thinking that can grow and flourish throughout our day. Think of your mind in the morning like freshly tilled soil in a garden. Everything is soft and ready to receive whatever seeds you choose to plant. If you plant seeds of worry, criticism, and fear, that's what will grow in your day. But if you plant seeds of love, healing, and positivity, those will be the flowers that bloom in your experience. And the beautiful thing is, you get to choose. Every single morning, you get to choose what kind of garden you want to create in your mind and in your life. Your thoughts are not just random occurrences floating through your mind. They are powerful, creative forces that shape your reality. When you think a thought, your body responds. When you think thoughts of love and appreciation, your body relaxes, your breathing deepens, your heart opens. When you think thoughts of fear and judgment, your body tenses, your breathing becomes shallow, stress hormones flood your system. Your body is always listening to your thoughts, always responding to the messages you send it. This is why the thoughts you think in the morning are so incredibly important. They set the tone for how your body will feel all day long. They influence your energy level, your mood, your interactions with others, even your physical health. When you begin your day with loving, healing thoughts, you're literally programming your body for wellness. You're telling every cell in your body, today we choose health, today we choose peace, today we choose love. The morning is also when your subconscious mind is most receptive to new programming. You know how sometimes you'll go to bed with a problem and wake up with a solution? That's your subconscious mind working while you sleep, processing and integrating. In those first few minutes after waking, before your conscious analytical mind fully kicks in, you have direct access to this powerful part of yourself. This is when affirmations can slip past the mental barriers and plant themselves deeply in your consciousness. But here's what I want you to understand about healing affirmations. They're not just pretty words we say to make ourselves feel better temporarily. They are medicine for your soul. They are tools for rewiring your brain, for creating new neural pathways that support your highest good. When you speak loving words to yourself consistently, you literally change the structure of your brain. You create new patterns of thinking that become more and more natural over time. Your body holds on to so much more than you might realize. Every experience you've ever had, every emotion you've felt, every word that's been spoken to you, your body remembers it all. Sometimes we carry tension from conversations that happened years ago, stress from situations that are long over, pain from wounds that we thought had healed. And while we sleep, our bodies are working hard to process and release what they can, but sometimes we need to consciously help them let go. Before we can plant new seeds of healing and positivity, we need to clear the garden. We need to gently release the energy from yesterday, the frustrations, the disappointments, the words we wish we hadn't said, the things we wish we had done differently. This isn't about dwelling on these things or making ourselves feel bad about them. It's about lovingly acknowledging them and then choosing to let them go, making space for something new and beautiful to grow. The energy of yesterday doesn't have to become the energy of today unless you choose to carry it forward. Right now, you have the power to set down that heavy bag of yesterday's troubles. You have the power to forgive yourself for any mistakes you made, any words you spoke in anger, any ways you didn't show up as your best self. You are not your mistakes, dear one. You are not your worst moments. You are a beautiful, evolving soul who is learning and growing every day. Take a moment now to breathe with me. Let's take a deep breath in together, drawing in fresh, clean energy. And as we exhale, let's release anything from yesterday that no longer serves us. Breathe in peace, breathe out tension. Breathe in love, breathe out judgment. Breathe in possibility, breathe out limitation. Feel your body softening with each breath. Feel your shoulders dropping. Feel your heart opening to receive the healing that is your birthright. Sometimes when we begin to release old energy, emotions might come up. You might feel sad or angry or scared, and that's perfectly okay. These feelings are just energy moving through you, looking for a way out. Don't try to stop them or judge them. Let them flow through you like water through a stream. Say to these feelings, "Thank you for protecting me, but I don't need to hold on to you anymore. I'm safe to let you go." Your willingness to feel these emotions without resistance is actually what allows them to move through and transform. Forgiveness is such a crucial part of this releasing process, and I want you to know that forgiveness doesn't mean what happened was okay. It doesn't mean you have to like what happened or pretend it didn't hurt. Forgiveness simply means you're choosing to free yourself from carrying the heavy energy of resentment and anger. You're choosing to give yourself the gift of peace. When you forgive, whether it's forgiving others or forgiving yourself, you're not doing it for them, you're doing it for you. Start with forgiving yourself for anything you feel you did wrong yesterday. Maybe you lost your patience with someone you love. Maybe you ate something that didn't nourish your body. Maybe you spoke harshly to yourself or believed thoughts that weren't kind. Whatever it was, you can choose right now to wrap your arms around yourself and say, "I forgive you. You were doing the best you could with what you knew at the time. Today is a new day, and you get to choose differently if you want to." As you release yesterday's energy, notice how much lighter you feel. Notice how much more space there is in your heart and in your mind. This space is sacred space. It's where healing happens, where new possibilities are born, where love can grow. You've just given yourself the most beautiful gift, the gift of a fresh start, the gift of beginning again, the gift of approaching this new day with a clean slate and an open heart. Now that you've created this beautiful space within yourself, let's begin to fill it with the most nourishing, healing energy possible. I want to share with you some of the most powerful foundation affirmations I know, words that have the ability to reach deep into your soul and begin healing from the inside out. These aren't just words, dear one. They are keys that unlock the door to your own inner wisdom, your own healing power, your own capacity for transformation. Let's start with the most fundamental healing affirmation of all. I love and approve of myself exactly as I am right now. Now, I know some of you might feel resistance to this statement. Your mind might immediately jump to all the ways you think you need to change or improve before you can love yourself. But here's what I want you to understand. Self-love isn't something you earn through perfection. It's something you give yourself as a foundation for growth. When you love and approve of yourself exactly as you are, you create the safe, nurturing environment that allows real healing to take place. Think of it this way. When a gardener tends to a plant, they don't criticize the plant for not being fully grown yet. They don't withhold water and sunlight until the plant proves it deserves them. They give the plant love and care exactly as it is, knowing that this love is what allows it to flourish. You deserve the same kind of tender care from yourself. You deserve love and approval not because you're perfect, but because you're alive, because you're trying, because you're a precious part of this universe. Place your hand on your heart right now and say with me, I love and approve of myself exactly as I am right now. Feel the warmth of your own touch. Feel the rhythm of your own heartbeat. Your heart has been beating faithfully for you every moment of your life, never asking for recognition, never demanding that you be different before it will keep you alive. This is the kind of unconditional love you can learn to give yourself. Another powerful foundation affirmation is, my body is my friend, and we are healing together. So many of us have been at war with our bodies for so long. We criticize our bodies for being too big, too small, too slow, too tired, too sick. We treat our bodies like enemies that need to be controlled and punished, rather than allies that need to be loved and supported. But your body is not your enemy, sweet soul. Your body is the vehicle for your soul's journey in this lifetime. Your body is working so hard for you every single day, performing millions of functions without you even having to think about them. When you shift from fighting your body to befriending your body, everything changes. Instead of saying, my body is failing me, you can say, my body is communicating with me. Instead of, I hate how I look, you can say, I'm learning to see myself through loving eyes. Instead of, my body is broken, you can say, my body knows how to heal, and I'm supporting that process. This shift in how you speak to and about your body sends completely different messages to every cell, and your body responds to love so much more readily than it responds to criticism. Let's practice speaking to your body with love right now. Place both hands on your body somewhere that feels comfortable. Maybe your heart, your belly, your arms. Close your eyes and say, dear body, I'm so grateful for all the ways you take care of me. I'm sorry for any harsh words I've spoken to you. I want to learn to be your friend. I want to support you in healing and feeling good. We're going to do this together with patience and love. Feel how different this energy is from criticism and judgment. Feel how your body softens when you speak to it with kindness. The affirmation, I trust my inner wisdom to guide me, is another cornerstone of healing. Within you right now is a wise, loving voice that knows exactly what you need for your highest good. This inner wisdom has been with you all your life, but sometimes it gets drowned out by the noise of fear, other people's opinions, and the busyness of daily life. When you affirm that you trust your inner wisdom, you're strengthening your connection to this wise part of yourself. You're giving yourself permission to listen to what your heart is telling you, to honor what your body is asking for, to follow the gentle promptings of your soul. Your inner wisdom speaks to you in many ways. Sometimes it's a feeling in your gut about a decision you need to make. Sometimes it's a sudden knowing about what your body needs. Sometimes it's a creative idea that bubbles up from nowhere. Sometimes it's simply a sense of peace when you're moving in the right direction. The more you acknowledge and trust this inner guidance, the stronger and clearer it becomes. Here's a beautiful affirmation for emotional healing. I give myself permission to feel all my emotions with love and compassion. For too long, many of us have been taught that certain emotions are bad or wrong, that anger makes us difficult, that sadness makes us weak, that fear makes us cowardly. But emotions are not character flaws. They're information. They're your soul's way of telling you what's happening in your inner world. When you give yourself permission to feel your emotions without judgment, you create space for them to move through you and transform. This doesn't mean you act out every emotion or let emotions control your behavior. It means you acknowledge what you're feeling, you honor it as valid information, and you respond to it with the same compassion you would show a dear friend. When sadness comes, you can say, "Hello, sadness. I see you. What are you trying to tell me?" When anger arises, you can say, "I feel this anger, and it's okay. What boundary needs to be honored here?" When fear shows up, you can say, "Fear, I understand you're trying to protect me. Let's look at this situation together and see what's really true." The affirmation, "I am worthy of love, healing, and all good things," addresses one of the deepest wounds many of us carry, the belief that we don't deserve happiness, that we're not good enough for love, that suffering is somehow our lot in life. This belief is not truth, dear one. It's a lie that was planted in your consciousness somewhere along the way, perhaps by someone who was carrying their own pain, perhaps by a society that profits from your self-doubt. But it is not your truth. Your worthiness is not something you need to earn or prove. You were born worthy. You are worthy simply because you exist. The universe doesn't make mistakes. You are here for a reason. You have gifts to offer. You have love to give and receive. Every challenge you've faced, every mistake you've made, every moment of struggle has been part of your soul's journey toward greater wisdom and compassion. None of it has diminished your fundamental worthiness. When you truly begin to believe, "I am worthy of love, healing, and all good things," you'll notice that your life starts to reflect this belief. You'll find yourself making choices that honor your well-being. You'll attract people who treat you with respect and kindness. You'll create circumstances that support your growth and happiness. This isn't magic. It's the natural result of aligning your thoughts and beliefs with your true nature. Now let's talk about transforming those automatic negative thoughts that can hijack our mornings and steal our peace. You know the ones I'm talking about, those thoughts that seem to appear out of nowhere as soon as you wake up. Maybe it's worry about money, stress about a relationship, anxiety about work, or that general feeling of overwhelm that seems to settle on your shoulders like a heavy blanket. These thoughts feel so real, so urgent, so important, but the truth is, most of them are just old mental habits playing the same tired songs over and over again. The first step in transforming negative morning thoughts is to recognize them for what they are: habits, not facts. Just because a thought appears in your mind doesn't make it true. Just because you've thought something 1,000 times before doesn't mean you have to think it again. You have the power to observe your thoughts and choose which ones you want to engage with and which ones you want to gently dismiss. When a negative thought arises, try this gentle technique. Instead of fighting the thought or making yourself wrong for having it, simply say, "That's an interesting thought. I wonder what would happen if I chose a different thought right now." This approach removes the drama and struggle from the process. You're not battling your mind, you're simply exercising your right to choose what you focus on. One of the most powerful ways to shift from negative to positive thinking is through the practice of reframing. Reframing means looking at the same situation from a different angle, finding a more empowering way to interpret what's happening. For example, instead of thinking, "I have so much to do today, I'll never get it all done," you could reframe it as, "I have many opportunities today to make a positive difference." Instead of, "I'm worried about that meeting," you could think, I'm preparing myself to show up authentically and speak my truth. Reframing doesn't mean denying reality or pretending that challenges don't exist. It means choosing to focus on the aspects of reality that empower you rather than the aspects that drain you. It means looking for the opportunities within the challenges, the lessons within the difficulties, the growth within the struggle. This shift in perspective literally changes your brain chemistry, moving you from stress hormones to feel-good hormones, from contraction to expansion. Gratitude is one of the most powerful tools for cultivating positivity, and morning is the perfect time to practice it. When you begin your day by acknowledging what's going well in your life, you set up a positive momentum that carries through your entire day. But gratitude doesn't have to be complicated or time-consuming. It can be as simple as saying, "Thank you for this warm bed I slept in. Thank you for the roof over my head. Thank you for the gift of another day." The key to effective gratitude practice is to really feel the appreciation, not just think it. When you say thank you for this warm bed, actually feel the softness of your sheets, the comfort of your pillow, the luxury of being warm and safe. When you say thank you for the roof over my head, feel the security it provides, the sense of having a place that's yours. This feeling component is what activates the positive neurochemical changes in your brain. You can also practice gratitude for things that haven't happened yet, but that you're excited about. Thank you for the opportunities that are coming my way today. Thank you for the people I'll meet who will brighten my day. Thank you for the moments of joy that are waiting for me. This practice of anticipatory gratitude helps you expect good things to happen, which makes you more likely to notice and attract positive experiences. Another beautiful morning practice is to find something to appreciate about yourself. This might feel awkward at first, especially if you're used to focusing on what's wrong with you, but it's one of the most healing things you can do. You might appreciate your courage for getting through yesterday's challenges, your kindness in helping someone who needed it, your body for carrying you through life, or simply your willingness to keep growing and learning. When negative thoughts try to crowd out your positive focus, you can use what I call the cancel, clear, delete technique. As soon as you notice a negative thought, simply say, "Cancel, clear, delete," either out loud or in your mind, and then immediately replace it with a positive thought. For example, if the thought, "This day is going to be terrible," arises, you say, "Cancel, clear, delete." This day is full of possibilities for good things to happen. The key is to replace the negative thought quickly before it has time to take root and multiply. Creating a positive lens for viewing your day means choosing to look for evidence that life is working in your favor rather than evidence that it's working against you. When you put on positive colored glasses, you start to notice things you might have missed before. The smile from a stranger, the perfect parking space, the unexpected phone call from a friend, the moment when everything flows effortlessly. These things were always there, but now you're paying attention to them. Your body is constantly talking to you, sending you messages about what it needs, how it's feeling, and what would support its healing. But so often we've learned to ignore these messages or even to see them as inconveniences. When your body feels tired, instead of honoring that message, you might push through and drink more coffee. When your body craves rest, you might judge yourself as lazy. When your body asks for nourishing food, you might give it whatever is quick and convenient. But what if you started listening to your body's wisdom with the same respect you'd give to a trusted advisor? Speaking healing words to your body is one of the most powerful things you can do for your physical well-being. Your body is made up of trillions of cells, and every single one of them is listening to the thoughts you think and the words you speak. When you speak lovingly to your body, you're literally giving instructions to your cells about how to behave. When you speak harshly to your body, you're creating stress at the cellular level. Let's practice some healing affirmations specifically for your physical body. Place your hands on your heart and say, "My heart beats with the rhythm of love and peace. Each beat sends healing energy throughout my entire body." Feel your heartbeat under your hands and let yourself marvel at this incredible organ that works so tirelessly for you. Now place your hands on your stomach and say, "My digestive system knows exactly how to process and eliminate what I don't need, keeping what serves me and releasing what doesn't." This kind of specific, loving communication with your organs can have profound effects on how they function. If there's a particular area of your body that's been troubling you, you can speak directly to it with compassion. Instead of saying, "My back is killing me," try saying, "My back is working hard to support me, and I'm sending it love and healing energy." Instead of, "My headache won't go away," try, "I'm listening to what my head is trying to tell me, and I'm giving my nervous system permission to relax and release tension." This shift from complaint to conversation can be transformative. Your body has an incredible innate wisdom about how to heal itself. Think about what happens when you get a cut. Your body immediately begins the healing process without any conscious direction from you. Blood clots to stop the bleeding, new cells are generated to repair the damage, and soon the cut is completely healed. This same healing intelligence is at work in every part of your body all the time, working to restore balance, repair damage, and maintain optimal function. When you affirm, "My body knows how to heal itself, and I trust in its wisdom," you're supporting this natural healing process. You're removing the interference of doubt, fear, and criticism that can impede your body's ability to do what it does best. You're creating an internal environment of trust and cooperation that allows healing to happen more efficiently. Energy-boosting affirmations can help you start your day feeling vibrant and alive. Try saying, "Every breath I take fills me with life force energy. Every cell in my body vibrates with health and vitality. I am energized by the love and support of the universe." As you speak these words, breathe deeply and visualize bright, healing light flowing through your entire body, awakening every cell, energizing every organ, bringing life and vitality to every part of you. You can also send specific healing energy to any part of your body that needs extra support. If your joints feel stiff, you might say, "My joints move freely and easily, lubricated with healing energy." If your muscles feel tense, you could affirm, "My muscles are relaxed and flexible, holding just the right amount of supportive tension." If your mind feels foggy, try, "My mind is clear, focused, and sharp. Thoughts flow easily and creativity flows freely." The power of these physical healing affirmations is magnified when you combine them with gentle movement. As you speak loving words to your body, you might stretch your arms overhead, roll your shoulders, gently twist your spine, or simply take some deep, nourishing breaths. This combination of positive words and loving movement sends a clear message to your body that you're ready to partner with it in creating health and vitality. Now that you've experienced the power of healing affirmations and learned to speak lovingly to your body, let's talk about creating a sacred morning practice that fits beautifully into your unique life. This isn't about adding another item to your already busy to-do list or creating pressure to be perfect. This is about designing a gentle, sustainable way to connect with yourself each morning that feels like a gift rather than an obligation. Your morning affirmation practice can be as simple or as elaborate as feels right for you. Some days you might have just 30 seconds to speak a few loving words to yourself in the mirror. Other days you might have 20 minutes for a more extended practice of affirmations, journaling, and quiet reflection. Both are perfect. Both are valuable. Both are healing. The key is to create a flexible framework that can adapt to whatever your life looks like on any given day. Let's start with the simplest version of morning affirmation practice. As soon as you wake up, before you even get out of bed, place your hand on your heart and say one loving thing to yourself. It might be, "Good morning, beautiful soul. I love you." It might be, "Thank you, body, for giving me another day." It might be, "I choose peace and love for myself today." This takes less than 10 seconds, but it sets a tone of love and intention that can transform your entire day. Mirror work is one of the most powerful tools for building self-love and healing old wounds. When you look into your own eyes in the mirror and speak loving words to yourself, you're giving yourself the love and approval you may have been seeking from others. This can feel uncomfortable at first. Many of us have been avoiding really looking at ourselves, or when we do look, we immediately focus on what we don't like. But your eyes are the windows to your soul, and when you learn to look into them with love, you're connecting with the deepest, truest part of yourself. Start small with mirror work. Stand in front of your bathroom mirror and simply make eye contact with yourself. Say, "Hello, beautiful," or "I see you," or "I love you." If resistance comes up, if your mind starts listing all the things it thinks are wrong with your appearance, gently redirect your attention back to your eyes. Your eyes hold all the love, wisdom, and beauty that you are. Practice seeing yourself the way a loving parent would see their child, with complete acceptance and adoration. As you become more comfortable with mirror work, you can expand it to include specific affirmations. Look into your eyes and say, "I forgive you for any mistakes you've made. You're learning and growing, and that's beautiful." Say, "You are worthy of love exactly as you are." Say, "I believe in you and your ability to create a wonderful life." Notice how different it feels to receive these words while looking into your own eyes versus just thinking them or saying them while looking away. Journaling can be a beautiful addition to your morning practice, and it doesn't have to be complicated or time-consuming. You might simply write 3 things you're grateful for, 3 affirmations that feel important for your day, or 3 intentions you want to set. You might write a love letter to your body, thanking it for all the ways it serves you. You might write down any worries or fears that are on your mind, and then write loving responses to those concerns, the way you would comfort a dear friend. The act of writing engages different parts of your brain than just thinking or speaking, which can help affirmations sink in more deeply. When you write, "I am worthy of love and respect," you're not just thinking it, you're seeing it on the page in your own handwriting. This visual component reinforces the message and makes it feel more real and concrete. Quiet reflection is another valuable component of a morning practice. This might mean sitting in silence for a few minutes, listening to what your heart wants to tell you about the day ahead. It might mean taking a few conscious breaths and checking in with how your body is feeling. It might mean asking yourself, "What do I need today to feel supported and loved?" And then listening for the answer that comes from your inner wisdom. The most important thing about your morning practice is that it feels good to you. If something feels forced or stressful, adjust it or let it go. If mirror work feels too vulnerable right now, start with journaling. If journaling feels like too much pressure, stick with simple affirmations. If affirmations feel foreign, begin with gratitude. Trust yourself to know what you need and be willing to experiment until you find what works. Your practice will naturally evolve as you do. What serves you in one season of life might need to be adjusted in another. When you're going through a particularly challenging time, you might need more gentle, comforting affirmations. When you're feeling strong and confident, you might be ready for affirmations that stretch you toward bigger dreams. When you're busy, you might need a streamlined version of your practice. When you have more time and space, you might enjoy expanding it. This flexibility is not a sign of inconsistency, it's a sign of wisdom. Let's talk honestly about the challenges that might arise as you begin or deepen your morning affirmation practice. It's completely normal to feel resistance, skepticism, or emotional discomfort when you start speaking lovingly to yourself. This resistance isn't a sign that affirmations don't work or that you're doing something wrong. It's often a sign that you're touching on old wounds that are ready to heal. If affirmations feel silly or fake at first, that's okay. Your mind has been programmed for years, maybe decades, to think certain thoughts about yourself and your life. When you start introducing new, more loving thoughts, your old programming might rebel. It might say, "This is ridiculous. You can't just think positive thoughts and change your life." When this happens, you can gently say to that voice, "Thank you for trying to protect me, but I'm ready to try something new. I'm willing to experiment with loving myself more." Sometimes resistance shows up as a feeling that you don't deserve the good things you're affirming. If you're saying, "I am worthy of love," and a voice in your head immediately responds with all the reasons why that's not true, you're not broken or hopeless. You're simply bumping up against old beliefs that were programmed into you, probably when you were very young and vulnerable. These beliefs were once protective mechanisms, but they may no longer serve you. When this kind of resistance arises, try adding the phrase, "I am willing," to your affirmations, instead of, "I love myself," which might feel too big of a leap. Try, "I am willing to learn to love myself." Instead of, "I am confident and capable," try, "I am willing to discover my own confidence and capability." This small shift can make affirmations feel more approachable and honest. Emotional releases are another common experience when beginning affirmation work. You might find yourself crying while saying, "I love you," to yourself in the mirror, or feeling anger when you affirm that you deserve good things. These emotions aren't something to avoid or push through. They're actually part of the healing process. Years of stored emotions might be ready to move through you and be released. When emotions come up during your practice, breathe deeply and let them flow. Say to the emotions, "I see you, I feel you, and it's safe for you to move through me." If sadness comes, let yourself cry. If anger arises, you might need to punch a pillow or go for a vigorous walk. If fear surfaces, wrap your arms around yourself and speak gently to the scared part of you. These emotional releases are your soul's way of clearing old energy to make room for new love and healing. Consistency can be challenging, especially when motivation is low or life gets busy. Some days you'll wake up and feel excited about your affirmation practice. Other days you'll wake up feeling tired, grumpy, or overwhelmed, and the last thing you'll want to do is look in the mirror and say nice things to yourself. This is exactly when your practice can be most valuable, but it's also when it needs to be most gentle and forgiving. On the difficult days, lower the bar. Instead of a full practice, just say one kind thing to yourself. Instead of elaborate affirmations, just take 3 deep breaths with the intention of treating yourself with compassion. Instead of mirror work, just place your hand on your heart and acknowledge that you're doing the best you can. The goal isn't perfection, it's showing up for yourself with love, even in small ways, especially on the hard days. Now let's talk about extending the healing energy of your morning practice into your entire day. When you've filled yourself up with love and positive intention in the morning, you have something beautiful to give to the world. You can send healing thoughts to the people in your life, your work situation, your community, and even to parts of the world that need extra love and support. As you prepare to leave your morning sanctuary and enter into the activities of your day, take a moment to visualize your day unfolding in beautiful ways. See yourself moving through your day with grace and ease. See the people you'll interact with responding to you with kindness and respect. See challenges being resolved peacefully. See opportunities for joy and connection appearing throughout your day. This isn't about trying to control every detail of what happens. It's about setting an intention for how you want to show up and how you want to experience your day. You can send loving energy ahead of you to situations you know you'll encounter. If you have a difficult conversation coming up, send love and healing to that interaction. Visualize it going smoothly, with both people feeling heard and respected. If you have a challenging project at work, send energy of creativity and flow to that situation. If you're worried about a family member, wrap them in loving thoughts and see them surrounded by healing light. This practice of sending healing energy doesn't mean you're trying to manipulate outcomes or control other people. You're simply offering your love and positive intention to situations and relationships, trusting that love always makes a difference, even if you can't see exactly how. You're also programming your own energy field to look for the good in situations and to attract positive experiences. Creating an energy shield of love and protection is a beautiful way to maintain your morning peace throughout the day. Visualize yourself surrounded by a bubble of loving, protective light. This light allows good things to flow to you easily while deflecting any negativity or harsh energy that might come your way. When someone is rude to you, instead of taking it personally, you can visualize their negativity bouncing off your protective bubble. When you encounter stressful situations, you can breathe into your bubble of light and maintain your center of peace. Setting intentions for your interactions is another powerful way to extend your morning practice. Before entering a meeting, a social gathering, or even a trip to the grocery store, you can silently set the intention to be a source of love and positivity. You can intend to see the best in people, to speak kindly, to listen with an open heart, to be patient and understanding. These intentions don't guarantee that everyone else will behave perfectly, but they help you show up as your best self regardless of what others do. Throughout your day, you can return to the loving energy you cultivated in your morning practice. When stress arises, you can place your hand on your heart and repeat one of your morning affirmations. When someone treats you unkindly, you can silently say, "I send you love," instead of reacting with anger. When you notice your inner critic starting to chatter, you can gently redirect your thoughts back to the loving words you spoke to yourself in the mirror. As we come to the end of our time together this morning, I want to leave you with some powerful affirmations that you can carry with you not just today, but every day. These are words that can anchor you in love, remind you of your truth, and support you in creating the beautiful life you deserve. Say with me now, "I am a beloved child of the universe, worthy of all good things. I choose to treat myself with the same kindness I would show a dear friend. My thoughts create my reality, and I choose thoughts of love, peace, and possibility. I trust my inner wisdom to guide me toward my highest good. I forgive myself and others, freeing my heart to give and receive love freely. I am grateful for this precious life and for all the opportunities to grow and heal." Feel these words settling into your heart. Feel them becoming part of your truth. These aren't just nice ideas. They are statements of your inherent nature, reminders of who you really are beneath all the layers of conditioning and fear. I want you to know that the work you're doing by choosing love over fear, healing over harm, positivity over negativity, this work matters so much more than you might realize. Every time you speak lovingly to yourself, you're not just healing yourself, you're sending ripples of healing energy out into the world. Every time you choose to see beauty instead of focusing on flaws, you're raising the vibration of love on this planet. Every time you treat yourself with compassion, you're modeling for others that they deserve compassion too. You don't have to wait until you're perfect to love yourself. You don't have to wait until you've healed all your wounds to treat yourself kindly. You don't have to wait until you've figured everything out to speak words of encouragement to yourself. You can start right now, exactly as you are, exactly where you are. Small steps taken with love are more powerful than giant leaps taken with force. Take this practice one day at a time, one morning at a time, one affirmation at a time. Some days will feel easier than others, and that's perfectly normal. Be patient with yourself as you learn new ways of thinking and being. Celebrate the small victories. The moment you caught yourself being self-critical and chose a kinder thought instead. The day you looked in the mirror and felt a flicker of appreciation for yourself. The time you trusted your inner wisdom and it led you to something wonderful. Your healing journey is unique to you. Trust yourself to know what you need, when you need it. Trust that you have everything within you to create a life filled with love, joy, and peace. Trust that every step you take toward treating yourself with love is a step in the right direction, no matter how small it might seem. As you go forward from this moment, carry with you the knowing that you are loved, you are worthy, and you are capable of creating beautiful changes in your life. The universe is conspiring to support you in your healing and growth. All you have to do is stay open to receive the love that is always flowing toward you and to give yourself the gift of your own loving attention. This is not the end of our journey together. It's the beginning. Every morning is a new opportunity to choose love, to speak kindly to yourself, to plant seeds of healing and positivity that will bloom throughout your day. You have everything you need within you right now. Trust yourself, love yourself, and watch as your life transforms in the most beautiful ways. Until we meet again, wrap your arms around yourself, take a deep breath, and whisper, "I love you," to the beautiful soul that you are. You deserve all the love in the world, and it starts with the love you give to yourself. Hello, beautiful soul. Come sit with me for a while. I want you to take a deep breath and just allow yourself to be exactly where you are right now. There's something so precious about this moment we're sharing together, and I feel honored that you've chosen to spend this time with me today. You know, I've been thinking about you before we even met. I've been thinking about the dreams you carry in your heart, the visions that light you up when you close your eyes, and perhaps the frustration you might be feeling because those dreams haven't quite shown up in your life yet. And that's perfectly okay. That's exactly where we need to start. There's something beautiful happening right now as you listen to these words. You're opening yourself to possibility. You're saying yes to something deeper, something that your soul has been calling for. And that takes such courage, my dear. It takes courage to believe that life can be different, that you can be the conscious creator of your experience. I want you to know that whatever brought you here today, whether it's a longing for more abundance, a desire for deeper love, or simply a knowing that there's something more available to you, you're in exactly the right place. Your heart guided you here, and your heart is always wise. It knows things that your mind hasn't figured out yet. You see, for so many years, I believed that life just happened to me. I thought I was at the mercy of circumstances, other people's decisions, and forces beyond my control. I lived in a world where I felt small and powerless, where my dreams felt too big and my worthiness felt too small. And perhaps you felt some of that too. Perhaps you've wondered why some people seem to have the magic touch while you're still waiting for your turn. But here's what I've learned, and here's what I want to share with you today. You already are a master manifester. You've been manifesting your entire life. Every thought you've thought, every belief you've held, every emotion you've felt has been creating your reality moment by moment. The question isn't whether you can manifest. The question is, are you ready to manifest consciously? This isn't about becoming someone different. This isn't about fixing something that's broken in you. This is about remembering who you truly are and aligning with the incredible creative power that lives within you. It's about making some gentle shifts in how you think and feel so that what shows up in your life matches what your heart truly desires. Today, we're going to explore 5 beautiful shifts that will change everything about how you create your reality. These aren't complicated techniques or difficult practices. They're gentle, loving ways to work with your mind and heart so that you become a magnet for all the good that's waiting for you. And I want you to be gentle with yourself as we go through this together. There's no rush. There's no pressure to get it perfect. This is about loving yourself into a new way of being, one small step at a time. Your willingness to be here, your openness to possibility, is already creating ripples of change in your life. So let's begin this beautiful journey together. Let's discover the master manifester that you've always been, and let's help you step into that power with grace, with love, and with absolute trust in your ability to create a life that makes your heart sing. You've been creating your reality every single day of your life, and you probably didn't even know it. This isn't your fault, darling. Most of us were never taught how our thoughts and feelings work together to shape our experience. We were taught to focus on the outside world, to work harder, to push more, to make things happen through force and effort alone. But manifestation works differently. It works from the inside out. Every single thing in your life right now, from the relationships you have to the amount of money in your bank account, from the job you go to each day to the way you feel about yourself, all of it has been created by the thoughts you've been thinking and the beliefs you've been holding. This might feel overwhelming at first. You might look around at your life and think, but I didn't choose this struggle. I didn't choose this limitation. And you're right, sweetie, you didn't consciously choose it. But somewhere along the way, you picked up beliefs and thought patterns that created these experiences. And the beautiful news is that if you created it unconsciously, you can absolutely recreate it consciously. Most of us have been what I call reactive manifestors. We look at what's happening around us, and we react to it with our thoughts and emotions. Someone treats us poorly, and we think thoughts about not being valued. We see others succeeding while we struggle, and we think thoughts about not being good enough. We face challenges, and we think thoughts about life being hard and unfair. But here's what happens when we react this way. Those reactive thoughts create more of the same experiences. When we think thoughts of not being valued, we unconsciously attract more situations where we're not valued. When we think thoughts of not being good enough, we create more evidence of that belief. When we think thoughts about life being hard, we manifest more hardship. This isn't about blame, my dear. This is about understanding. This is about recognizing that you have been powerful all along. You've been creating through your consciousness, even when you didn't know that's what you were doing. And now that you know, you can choose to create differently. Conscious manifestation is about becoming aware of the thoughts you're thinking and the feelings you're feeling, and then gently guiding them toward what you actually want to create. It's about moving from reaction to response, from unconscious creation to deliberate creation. Think about the thoughts that run through your mind on an average day. How many of them are focused on what you don't want? How many of them are worried about problems? How many of them are replaying past hurts or imagining future fears? These aren't bad thoughts, and you're not wrong for having them, but they are creating your reality. When you begin to pay attention to your inner world, when you start to notice the patterns of thought and feeling that you've been running on autopilot, you begin to reclaim your creative power. You start to see that you have a choice in every moment about where you place your attention and what you choose to believe. This is the difference between being a victim of your circumstances and being the conscious creator of your life. It's the difference between hoping things will get better and knowing that you have the power to make them better. It's the difference between waiting for your dreams to somehow show up and actively calling them into your experience through the power of your consciousness. Your thoughts become things, beautiful one. Your beliefs become your reality. Your feelings become magnetic forces that attract experiences that match them. This isn't mystical mumbo jumbo. This is how consciousness works. This is how life works. And once you truly understand this, everything changes. Now, let's talk about one of the most important shifts you can make in your manifestation journey. This shift alone can transform every area of your life, and it starts with looking at how you think about abundance and scarcity. Most of us grew up in a world that taught us to think from lack. We were told that there isn't enough to go around. We learned that if someone else has something good, that means less for us. We picked up beliefs that money is hard to come by, that love is rare, that opportunities are limited. These beliefs feel so normal, so true, because they're everywhere around us. But here's what I want you to understand. Lack is not the truth about this universe. Scarcity is not the natural state of things. When you look at nature, do you see lack? When you watch the ocean, do you worry that it might run out of waves? When you see the stars at night, do you think there aren't enough of them? Of course not. Nature operates from abundance. The universe operates from abundance. Abundance is the natural flow of life. There are infinite possibilities, infinite resources, infinite love, infinite creativity available to us at all times. But when we think from lack, when we operate from scarcity, we block ourselves from experiencing this natural abundance. Let me share something with you. When you think thoughts like, I can't afford this, or there's not enough money, or good things don't happen to people like me, you're not just describing your current situation. You're actually creating more of that situation. Your subconscious mind takes these thoughts as instructions for what to create in your life. Your subconscious doesn't judge your thoughts. It doesn't decide whether they're good for you or not. It simply says, oh, this person believes there isn't enough money. Let me create more experiences that match that belief. It's like having a very literal assistant who takes everything you say as a request. But when you start to shift your thinking from lack to abundance, everything begins to change. When you start to notice and appreciate the abundance that's already in your life, you tell your subconscious, this is what I want more of. And your subconscious goes to work creating more experiences that match abundance. This doesn't mean pretending you don't have challenges or ignoring real circumstances in your life. It means choosing to focus on what's working, what's flowing, what's already abundant in your experience. It means training your mind to look for evidence of abundance rather than evidence of lack. Start noticing the abundance of air you breathe. Notice the abundance of thoughts you can think. Notice the abundance of choices you have every day. Notice the abundance of love in your heart, the abundance of possibilities before you, the abundance of this moment right here, right now. When you're at the grocery store, instead of focusing on what you can't afford, notice the abundance of choices available to you. When you're driving down the street, instead of thinking about what you don't have, notice the abundance of trees, the abundance of sky, the abundance of life all around you. This might feel like a small thing, but it's actually revolutionary. You're rewiring your brain to recognize abundance as the truth. You're training your consciousness to align with the natural flow of the universe. And when your consciousness aligns with abundance, abundance begins to show up in your physical experience. You can start right now by simply saying to yourself, I live in an abundant universe. There is more than enough for everyone, including me. Notice how that feels in your body. Notice if there's any resistance. any part of you that wants to argue with that statement. That resistance is just old programming, and it's okay. You don't have to force it away. Just gently, lovingly, choose to feed the abundance thought instead. Abundance thinking isn't about getting more things, though more things might show up. It's about recognizing the fullness of life that's already available to you. It's about opening your heart to receive all the good that wants to flow to you. It's about trusting that in a universe of infinite possibilities, there's definitely a place for your dreams to come true. Now, let's explore another beautiful shift that will change how you approach manifestation completely. This shift is about moving from forcing to allowing, from pushing to flowing, from trying to make things happen to letting them happen naturally. So many of us have been taught that if we want something, we need to work harder for it. We need to push, to struggle, to make it happen through sheer force of will. And while action is important, there's a difference between inspired action and desperate action. There's a difference between moving toward your dreams and frantically chasing them. When we try to force our manifestations, when we grip too tightly to our desires, we actually push them away from us. It's like trying to catch a butterfly by chasing it around the garden. The more you run after it, the more it flies away from you. But if you sit quietly in the garden, if you become still and peaceful, that butterfly might just land on your shoulder. Forcing comes from fear. It comes from believing that if we don't make something happen, it won't happen at all. It comes from thinking that we're responsible for controlling every detail of how our dreams unfold. But forcing creates resistance, both within us and in the energy around us. When we force, we're sending out a vibration that says, I don't trust the universe to deliver this to me. And the universe responds to that lack of trust by making our path more difficult. Allowing, on the other hand, comes from trust. It comes from knowing that the universe is always working in our favor, even when we can't see how. It comes from understanding that there's a wisdom greater than our conscious mind that knows exactly how to bring our dreams to us in the most perfect way and timing. This doesn't mean being passive or doing nothing. Allowing is actually a very active state. It's about staying open to opportunities, following your intuition, taking inspired action when it feels good and right. But it's also about releasing your attachment to exactly how and when things should happen. Think about a river flowing toward the ocean. The river doesn't struggle or force its way. It simply flows, naturally finding the path of least resistance. Sometimes it moves quickly over rocks and rapids. Sometimes it moves slowly through peaceful meadows. But it always reaches its destination because it works with the natural forces, not against them. Your manifestations want to flow to you just as naturally as that river flows to the ocean. But when you try to control every twist and turn, when you insist things happen in a specific way or time frame, you create dams and blockages in the flow. You make the journey much harder than it needs to be. I learned this lesson in a very personal way. For years, I tried to force my career to look a certain way. I had such specific ideas about how success should come, what it should look like, when it should happen. And the more I pushed and struggled and tried to make it happen my way, the more frustrated and exhausted I became. Nothing seemed to work. But when I finally learned to relax, to trust, to allow the universe to show me the way, everything began to flow. Opportunities came that I never could have planned or forced. Doors opened that I didn't even know existed. My path unfolded in ways that were far more beautiful and perfect than anything I could have orchestrated with my limited human perspective. Allowing starts with your breath. When you notice yourself getting tight and anxious about your manifestations, when you feel that familiar urge to control and force, take a deep, slow breath. Let your shoulders drop. Let your jaw relax. Let your whole body soften. As you breathe, say to yourself, I trust the perfect timing of my life. I trust the universe to bring me what I need when I need it. Feel the relief that comes with releasing the burden of having to figure everything out and make everything happen yourself. Allowing also means staying open to how your desires might manifest. Maybe you want more money, but you're only looking for it to come through your current job. Maybe you want love, but you're only open to it looking a certain way. Maybe you want healing, but you're only willing to accept specific methods. When we're too narrow in our expectations, we miss the thousands of ways the universe might want to bless us. Practice saying yes to unexpected opportunities. Practice being curious instead of certain. Practice trusting that even when things don't go according to your plan, they might be going according to a much better plan that you couldn't have imagined. The art of allowing is really the art of surrender, not the kind of surrender that gives up on your dreams, but the kind of surrender that gives your dreams the space to manifest in their highest form. It's about holding your desires lightly with an open palm instead of a clenched fist. There's another profound shift that can transform your manifestation abilities completely, and it has to do with where you place your attention when it comes to time. Most people spend their energy focused on the future, waiting for their dreams to someday manifest, instead of recognizing the creative power that's available to them right here, right now. We've been taught to think that manifestation is about creating something in the future. We set goals for next year, make plans for next month, and constantly live in the space of, when this happens, then I'll be happy. But here's what I've discovered. The only moment you can actually create anything is this moment. The only time you have any power is right now. Your future is being created by what you're thinking and feeling in this present moment. If you're spending your now thinking about lack, your future will reflect lack. If you're spending your now feeling grateful and abundant, your future will reflect abundance. The future isn't some distant place where your dreams live. The future is being born from the quality of your consciousness right now. When we constantly focus on what we want to manifest someday, we actually keep it in the someday category. We train our subconscious to see our desires as always just out of reach, always coming tomorrow, but never here today. This creates a perpetual state of waiting, of longing, of not having. But when you learn to bring the energy of your desires into this present moment, when you learn to feel grateful for what you want as if it's already yours, you collapse the time between wanting and having. You step into the vibration of your fulfilled desire right now, and that vibration draws your manifestation to you much more quickly. This isn't about pretending your current circumstances are different than they are. This is about accessing the feeling place of your fulfilled desire and letting that feeling guide your thoughts and actions in this moment. It's about recognizing that how you feel right now is creating what you'll experience next. Let's say you want to manifest more financial abundance. Instead of constantly thinking, I will have more money someday, start thinking, I am so grateful for the abundance that flows to me. Instead of waiting to feel prosperous until you have more money, choose to feel prosperous right now. Look for evidence of abundance that's already in your life and let yourself feel genuinely grateful for it. When you feel grateful for abundance, even before you can see it with your eyes, you're sending out the vibration of abundance. You're becoming a match for more abundance. You're telling the universe through your feelings, this is what I want more of. The present moment is also where your intuition speaks to you. It's where you receive guidance about what actions to take, what opportunities to say yes to, what paths to follow. But if you're always focused on the future, if your mind is always somewhere else, you miss these precious messages from your inner wisdom. Start bringing your attention back to now throughout your day. When you're eating, really taste your food. When you're walking, feel your feet on the ground. When you're with people, be fully present with them. This practice of presence isn't just good for your peace of mind. It's actually a powerful manifestation tool because it puts you in alignment with the creative force of life. The creative force of life only operates in the present moment. You can't create anything in the past because it's already gone. You can't create anything in the future because it hasn't arrived yet. All creation happens now. All manifestation happens now. All transformation happens now. When you're truly present, you also become aware of all the miracles that are constantly occurring around you. You notice the synchronicities, the signs, the little gifts from the universe that are always flowing to you. These aren't coincidences. They're evidence that you're connected to a loving intelligence that's always supporting you. Practice gratitude for what's happening right now in your life. Even if your current circumstances aren't perfect, there's always something to appreciate. There's always some small evidence of grace, of love, of possibility. When you acknowledge these present moment blessings, you invite more blessings to flow. The power is in the now, beautiful soul. The magic is in the now. Your dreams aren't waiting for you in some distant future. They're wanting to be born through your consciousness in this very moment. Now we come to perhaps one of the most important shifts of all, and this one touches the very core of manifestation. It's the shift from self-doubt to self-trust, from questioning your worthiness to knowing your inherent value. From wondering if you deserve good things to understanding that you were born deserving everything beautiful. Self-doubt is one of the biggest blocks to manifestation, and it's also one of the most common. So many beautiful souls walk around carrying this quiet voice inside that whispers, "Who am I to want this? Who am I to dream this big? Who am I to believe I deserve something so wonderful?" That voice of self-doubt isn't really yours, darling. It's a collection of all the times someone told you that you weren't enough, all the messages you received that suggested you needed to be different to be lovable, all the experiences that made you question your inherent worth. But those messages were never true. They were just the fears and limitations of others being passed along to you. The truth about you is that you were born worthy. You didn't come into this world needing to earn your value or prove you're deserving. You came in complete, whole, and infinitely precious. Nothing you've done or haven't done, nothing you've achieved or haven't achieved, nothing you've been or haven't been has changed that fundamental truth about who you are. When you doubt yourself, when you question whether you're worthy of your dreams, you send out a mixed signal to the universe. Part of you is saying, "I want this beautiful thing," but another part is saying, "But I probably don't deserve it." And the universe responds to the stronger signal, which is often the self-doubt because it carries so much emotional charge. But when you learn to trust yourself, when you learn to believe in your own worthiness, when you learn to stand in your inherent value, you become an incredibly powerful manifester. You send out a clear, strong signal that says, "I am worthy of all good things, and I trust myself to receive them and use them wisely." Self-trust isn't about thinking you're perfect or never making mistakes. It's about trusting your inner wisdom, trusting your heart's desires, trusting that you have everything within you to create the life you're dreaming of. It's about believing that your dreams were placed in your heart for a reason, and that reason is that you're meant to live them. Your desires aren't random. They aren't accidents. The things that light you up, the dreams that make your heart sing, the visions that inspire you, these are all clues from your soul about what wants to manifest through you. When you trust these desires instead of questioning them, you open the door for them to become real. One of the most powerful ways to build self-trust is through what I call mirror work. This is simply the practice of looking into your own eyes in the mirror and speaking to yourself with love and appreciation. I know this might feel uncomfortable at first. Many of us have spent years avoiding really looking at ourselves, or only looking to find flaws and things to criticize. But your relationship with yourself is the foundation of everything else in your life. If you don't believe you're worthy of love, how can you attract healthy, loving relationships? If you don't believe you're capable of success, how can you manifest abundance? If you don't trust your own wisdom and intuition, how can you make choices that lead to fulfillment? Start small with mirror work. Look into your eyes and simply say, "Hello, beautiful." Notice what comes up. Notice if there's resistance, if there's a voice that wants to argue or criticize. That's just old programming, and it's okay. You don't have to fight it or force it away. Just gently, lovingly, choose to speak kindly to yourself anyway. Tell yourself things like, "I am learning to trust myself more each day. I am worthy of all the love and abundance that life has to offer. I believe in my dreams because they believe in me." Even if these words feel foreign at first, even if part of you doesn't believe them yet, keep saying them. You're planting new seeds in the garden of your consciousness. Self-trust also means trusting your timing, trusting that you're exactly where you need to be, learning exactly what you need to learn, growing exactly as you need to grow. It means being patient and compassionate with yourself as you evolve and expand. It means knowing that your journey is perfect for you, even when it doesn't look like anyone else's journey. When you truly trust yourself, you stop looking outside for validation and approval. You stop waiting for someone else to give you permission to want what you want or dream what you dream. You become your own authority, your own cheerleader, your own source of encouragement and support. This doesn't mean you don't value input from others or that you become closed to feedback. It means you learn to filter everything through your own inner knowing. It means you give more weight to what feels true in your heart than to what others think you should do or be or want. Trust yourself, beautiful one. Trust that you wouldn't have these dreams if you weren't meant to live them. Trust that you have everything within you to create a life that makes your soul sing. Trust that you are worthy, deserving, and capable of manifesting miracles, because you absolutely are. There's one more beautiful shift that will complete your transformation into a manifestation master, and this one might be the most freeing of all. It's the shift from attachment to outcome freedom, from needing things to happen in a specific way to trusting that what comes will be even better than what you imagined. Attachment is like holding your breath. When you're attached to a specific outcome, when you absolutely need something to happen in a particular way or time frame, you create tension in your energy field. You grip so tightly to your vision that you don't leave room for magic to happen. You become so focused on one possible path that you miss the dozens of other beautiful paths that might be opening up for you. Don't misunderstand me, sweetheart. Having clear desires is important. Knowing what you want gives the universe a target to aim for. But there's a difference between having preferences and being attached to outcomes. Preferences are light and flexible. Attachment is heavy and rigid. When you're attached, you create what I call manifestation anxiety. You check constantly to see if your desire is showing up yet. You worry that maybe it's not working, maybe you're doing something wrong, maybe it's just not meant for you. This worried, anxious energy actually pushes your manifestations away because worry and anxiety are not a vibrational match for the good things you want to attract. But when you hold your desires with an open palm, when you say to the universe, this or something better, you create space for miracles. You allow life to surprise you with possibilities you never even considered. You become available to receive gifts that are even more wonderful than what you originally asked for. I remember when I was struggling with my health challenges many years ago. I was so attached to healing happening in a specific way, through specific treatments, within a specific time frame. The more attached I became, the more frustrated and disappointed I felt when things didn't unfold as I expected. But when I learned to surrender the how and when I learned to trust that my healing would come in the perfect way at the perfect time, everything shifted. The healing did come, but it came through paths I never would have chosen or expected. It came through experiences that transformed not just my body, but my entire understanding of life. Had I remained attached to my original vision, I would have missed the even greater gifts that were waiting for me. Outcome freedom doesn't mean you don't care about your dreams. It means you care about them so much that you're willing to let them manifest in their highest form, even if that form looks different than what you initially imagined. It means trusting that the universe has a perspective you don't have, access to resources you don't know about, and timing that's more perfect than anything your human mind could orchestrate. This shift also frees you from the exhausting job of trying to control everything. When you're attached to specific outcomes, you feel like you have to monitor and manage every detail. You have to make sure everything goes according to your plan. But when you practice outcome freedom, you can relax into the knowing that there's a greater intelligence at work, orchestrating things in ways that serve your highest good. Practice saying, I release this desire to the universe with love and trust that what comes to me will be perfect for my growth and joy. Notice how that feels in your body. Notice the relief that comes with letting go of the burden of having to control everything. Outcome freedom also means being grateful for what shows up, even if it's not exactly what you expected. Sometimes the universe gives us stepping stones instead of the final destination all at once. Sometimes we receive preparation instead of immediate manifestation. When we can appreciate these gifts instead of dismissing them because they're not our ultimate goal, we stay in the flow of receiving. Trust that your heart's desires are on their way to you. Trust that they're manifesting in the most perfect way possible. Trust that when they arrive, you'll look back and see how every delay, every detour, every unexpected turn was actually part of the perfect plan. Now that we've explored these 5 beautiful shifts, let's talk about how they all work together to create a complete transformation in your manifestation abilities. These shifts aren't separate techniques that you use one at a time. They're like instruments in an orchestra, each one contributing to a beautiful symphony of conscious creation. When you embrace abundance thinking while also practicing allowing, you create a powerful combination of expecting good things while staying relaxed about how they come. When you bring present moment awareness to your self-trust practices, you strengthen your ability to hear and follow your inner guidance. When you combine outcome freedom with abundance thinking, you become incredibly magnetic because you're open to receiving in unlimited ways. The beauty of these shifts is that they support and strengthen each other. As you become more trusting of yourself, it becomes easier to allow instead of force. As you develop present moment awareness, it becomes natural to release attachment to specific timelines. As you shift into abundance thinking, self-trust grows because you begin to see evidence that the universe really does support you. You don't need to master all 5 shifts before you start seeing results. Even working with one shift consistently will begin to change your manifestation abilities. But as you gradually incorporate all 5 into your daily experience, you'll find that manifesting becomes less like work and more like play. It becomes less about struggling to make things happen and more about joyfully allowing them to unfold. Think of these shifts as new habits of thought and feeling. Just like any new habit, they require practice and patience with yourself. Some days you'll remember to think abundantly and trust the process. Other days you might catch yourself falling back into old patterns of forcing or attachment. Both are perfectly normal parts of the growth process. The key is to be gentle with yourself as you learn. When you notice yourself thinking from lack, don't criticize yourself. Simply say, "Oh, there's that old pattern again. Let me gently shift into abundance thinking." When you catch yourself trying to control outcomes, don't judge yourself. Just breathe and remind yourself to trust the perfect unfolding of your life. These shifts become easier and more natural with practice. What feels forced or artificial at first will eventually become your new normal way of thinking and being. You'll find yourself naturally looking for abundance instead of lack, naturally allowing instead of forcing, naturally trusting instead of doubting. As you integrate these shifts, you might also notice changes in other areas of your life that you weren't even trying to improve. When you change your consciousness, when you shift how you think and feel about life, everything in your experience begins to shift. Relationships improve, health gets better, opportunities appear, creativity flows more freely. This is the magic of working with consciousness instead of just working with circumstances. When you change the inner, the outer naturally follows. When you transform your mind, you transform your life. So as you begin to implement these shifts, here are some gentle suggestions for making them a natural part of your daily experience. Choose one shift to focus on first. Don't try to transform everything at once. Pick the shift that feels most appealing or most needed in your life right now, and spend a week or two really practicing it. If you choose abundance thinking, spend your days looking for evidence of abundance everywhere. Notice the abundance of air, of choices, of possibilities. Practice gratitude for what you already have. Catch yourself when you think thoughts of lack and gently redirect toward abundance. If you choose allowing over forcing, practice relaxing throughout your day. When you feel yourself getting tense about outcomes, take deep breaths and remind yourself to trust. Look for ways to take inspired action rather than desperate action. Notice the difference between flowing and pushing. If you choose present moment power, practice bringing your attention back to now throughout the day. Really taste your food. Really listen when people speak. Really feel your body as you move through your activities. Notice how much creative power is available to you in each moment. If you choose self-trust, practice speaking kindly to yourself. Do some mirror work each day, even if it's just for a minute. Trust your instincts and intuition more. Make decisions from your heart rather than from fear. Celebrate your uniqueness instead of comparing yourself to others. If you choose outcome freedom, practice holding your desires lightly. Add this or something better to your manifestation work. Notice when you're gripping too tightly to specific results and consciously choose to let go. Trust that what comes will be perfect for you. After you've spent some time with one shift, gradually add another one, then another. There's no rush, no timeline you need to follow. This is about creating lasting change, not quick fixes. Be patient and loving with yourself as you grow. You'll know these shifts are working when manifestation starts to feel easier and more natural. You'll notice that good things begin showing up in your life without as much effort or struggle. You'll feel more peaceful about your desires because you trust they're on their way. You'll start to see synchronicities and signs that confirm you're on the right path. Most importantly, you'll begin to feel different inside. You'll feel more confident, more trusting, more open to possibility. You'll feel like the conscious creator you truly are instead of a victim of circumstances. You'll know in your bones that you have the power to create a life you love. My beautiful friend, as we come to the end of our time together today, I want you to know how proud I am of you. Just by being here, just by opening your heart to these possibilities, just by considering that you might be more powerful than you previously believed, you've already begun to change your life. You are not the same person who started listening to these words. You've planted seeds of new awareness, new possibility, new hope in the garden of your consciousness. These seeds are already beginning to sprout, even if you can't see the growth yet. Trust that they're taking root in the perfect way and timing. You have everything within you that you need to manifest like a master. You don't need to become someone different or learn complicated techniques or wait until you're more worthy. You simply need to remember who you truly are and align with the incredible creative power that has always lived within you. Your dreams matter, sweetie. They're not too big or too small or too anything. They're perfect for you because they came from your heart, and your heart knows things that your mind is still learning. Trust those dreams. Nurture them with loving thoughts and grateful feelings. Hold them lightly and let them unfold in their own beautiful way. The universe is always conspiring in your favor, even when it doesn't look that way from your limited human perspective. Every experience you've had, every challenge you've faced, every joy you've known has been preparing you for this moment when you step into conscious creation with confidence and grace. You are loved beyond measure. You are supported in ways you can't even imagine. You are worthy of every beautiful thing you desire and so much more. The only thing standing between you and your dreams is the old thought patterns that convinced you that you couldn't have them, and now you know you can change those thoughts. As you go forward from here, be gentle with yourself. Celebrate small shifts and small victories. Notice the evidence that these new ways of thinking are working. Trust the process even when you can't see immediate results. Remember that you're planting seeds that will bloom in their perfect timing. You are a magnificent being having a human experience, and that human experience can be absolutely magical when you align with who you truly are. You came here to create, to love, to grow, to manifest beautiful things through your unique perspective and gifts. I believe in you completely. I believe in your dreams, in your worthiness, in your ability to create miracles in your life. And most importantly, I want you to believe in yourself. Because when you do, when you really truly believe in your own infinite potential, there's absolutely nothing you can't manifest. Go now and create the life your heart is calling for. You've got this beautiful soul. You've always had this, and now you know it too.